What's up, gang? We are back again with another riveting episode of the No Hedging podcast. I go by the name of Rip16 the GOAT. And if y'all have been tapped in like you're supposed to be tapped in, you already know that we have our division forecast going on right now. My brother Tyler Jett has been breaking down the NFC while I have been breaking down the AFC. And rounding out that, we have to discuss the division with the reigning Super Bowl back-to-back champions. So that means I'm talking AFC West. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out those other videos if you haven't already. But let's go ahead and dive into this AFC West right about now. So in this division, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Denver Broncos. Now, rounding out the bottom of this division, it's been a lot of moving parts. There's been some changes. There's been some things that's going to look drastically different for pretty much all of these teams this season. So I think that changes the order of things, and I think it shakes some things up. And for that reason, I'm going to put the Broncos at the bottom. Projections are giving them 5.5 wins. On the over and under, I'm leaning towards under. I looked at their schedule, strength of schedule, they're 25th. Based on the opponents they have to play, based on the division getting better all around, I'm looking at the Broncos about 3-4 wins this season. I know Broncos country. You done rid off into the sunset and you done got rid of Russell Wilson. So that means you're bringing in a new quarterback. Your division got tougher. You have a pretty tough schedule. Pairing all that together, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry. 8-9 last season, in the midst of having some injuries, in the midst of Russell Wilson struggling some games. Defense was pretty good throughout the season, but like I said, the rest of the division just got better, and I just haven't seen them make enough progress in order to justify giving them another 8 or 9 win season. And they came in third then. So yeah, I'm putting them at the bottom, under 5.5 wins. Next up, going to that third spot in the division, I'm looking at the Raiders. Now, they came in second last season, based on a tiebreaker with the Broncos. However, this particular season, like I said, division got a little bit tougher. I do think they still come in at 8 or 9 wins because Antonio Pierce is coming in with a full offseason. They got Aiden O'Connell, by all reports, looking like he's going to be the starter over Gardner Minshew. Me personally, I don't know about that. I kind of like Gardner Minshew to start over Aiden O'Connell based on what I seen last season, what Gardner did with the Colts. I think that should be in higher consideration. But, it's a lot of things into play. Schemes, the plan in terms of the passing attack. I've even heard Devontae Adams speak out about, supporting Aiden O'Connell. So, you want to keep your number one wide receiver happy, especially after he didn't get a chance to have, the phenomenal season that we are used to him having. However, he did still reach his typical touchdown total, if I'm not mistaken, or his yards. It was one or two. But he still put up pretty good numbers considering everything. But, they want him to really play like a legendary receiver that he's known to be. So, I guess they're going Aiden O'Connell. I think they're getting 8 or 9 wins, but I think that will come behind the Los Angeles Chargers, who I have coming in second in the division. Now, the Chargers are projected to get 8.5 wins. I think, call me a biased Chargers fan, but I think they might be looking at a 10-win season. It's been a while, but they got an opportunity. New coach, Harbaugh, he's going to want to run the ball. They basically took all the Ravens running backs, number one rushing team last season. So you get a run-heavy coach with all these running backs who are on the number one rushing team, and you also pair that with still having Justin Herbert. Quentin Johnson, tall, athletic. You got guys like Everett, big target. They don't have a phenomenal, outstanding wide receiver core. They did get Lab McConkey. So it's some guys who he has targets with a great quarterback, and they also picked up a nice offensive lineman, so he gets a little bit more pass protection and run protection to open up some of those gaps for the running plays. I mean, if you're running the ball well, that's going to open up the pass, and if you don't have a super strong wide receiver core, you want the defense kind of lean towards rush or be scared of the rush, so that opens it up for those wide receivers. I think all of that being paired together, I think that goes well for the Chargers in their favor. So I also got them going over their win total. The Raiders, they had them at 6.5. I got them winning 8 or 9. The Chargers, they got them at 8.5. I got them winning right around 10 this season, and that leaves ultimately the reigning champs to be the division leaders. Now, the tricky part about this, the Chiefs are projected to get 11.5 wins. I was talking to Ty, and I was looking at the schedule, and I was like, I'm really looking at this schedule, and I'm really looking at the Chiefs sneaking and doing it again. Like, they're really about to sneak and win the playoffs again after another slow start to the season. However, this one is a little bit tricky on whether or not they're going to get 12 wins. Me personally, I think they end up with 12. However, the scary part is, again, the wide receiving core. Rashee Rice has a pending suspension that seems to be looming. He's your number one receiver at this point. Xavier Worthy, speedy guy, fastest guy coming out of the combine. You know, they have a lot of weight probably being put on him at wide receiver, and he's going to be doing the punt returns. I'm not super fearful of the punt returns just because of the rule change. So I don't know kickoff return, I'm sorry. I don't know if he'll be able to, utilize his dynamic speed as much with such a short field position to get the room, but we'll see. He still might break some loose. However, that Rashee Rice suspension is a big one for me. And if it's at the beginning of the season, I think that goes well for the Chiefs because they generally start off season slow anyway. To me, I think they're going to be 500 going up until about week 8. Mm-hmm. When they play the Broncos in about week 9, I think that's when we see a shift in them and the Chiefs turn on, and then they end up winning the division and getting to, the upper end of that division, maybe battling with the Ravens or Bengals, Texans, some of those guys. They're going to be battling for that number 1 spot, trying to get a bye, first round bye. But that suspension is a big one for me. Also, Hollywood Brown had an injury in training camp, so we're going to see how he heals up going into the beginning of the season. Andy Reid says they were able to place his arm back in place. I guess he just got dislocated or something, but they were able to get his arm back in place or shoulder back in place without surgery. So he says that's a good sign. So maybe by the time week 1 rolls around, they'll have Hollywood Brown out there on the field. Rashee Rice being there, we don't know. They're still going to have Kelsey. I don't have a lot of faith in Kadarius Toney. But, hey, man, somebody likes him in the building. He's still on the team because they got rid of MVS quick. But somehow Kadarius Toney is still there. But, hey, whatever. But, yeah, man, looking at it, this is what I got, man. And basically after that, playoff projections, that leaves the Ravens, Bengals, Texans, Dolphins, Chiefs. I'm thinking Chargers, Jets, maybe Bills or Browns in that last spot. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the Bills over the Browns in that last playoff spot for the wild card, just because the strength of schedule for the Browns is a little bit harder. Well, a lot bit harder. So we'll see. But make sure y'all guys like, share, comment, subscribe, tap in. All you gotta do is get in with me. Talk to me, I talk back. I'm here for it. And this NFL season is gonna be phenomenal. So make sure y'all tap in. Let us know them bets. We want to play some futures. We want to play some bets. Let us know if we crazy. Let us know if we right on point. Let me know what you bet. I'm looking for all types of parlays this season. So talk to me. Peace out.